you are advising a woman who has had a kid by another man who is looking to get into a serious relationship, and there's a guy that is here who wants to possibly go into a relationship, but he's looking out and saying, baby mama, what would you advise that girl?
What would I advise that girl? It's actually not a difficult thing. I know from the surface level, it seems very difficult, where people will say like, "Oh no, okay, you're a single mom and you already have a kid," and guys will turn away or whatever it is. My opinion. Now, this is my opinion. So, my opinion. I have to state this because people get angry with what I'm about to say. But here's my opinion. The reason a lot of single mothers struggle to get guys is this: they believe they still hold the same value as women who don't have kids. So thus then behave in a way that is not representative of the actual circumstance.
That's
Now,
big
am I,
English. Break it
am,
down to
yeah, okay. So if I break
practicality.
it down like this, you'll meet a girl who's a single mother, and she will give you the exact same problems, exact same stresses as a girl who doesn't have a kid. All things being equal, it's a lot simpler to choose the girl who doesn't then have a kid. Okay. So that will be an error that single mothers make. They will behave in a way where it's like, you shouldn't be behaving in that way. You don't command that sort of result anymore because of the situation. Now, am I saying single mothers don't have value? No, I'm not saying that. Because a single mother can be more valuable than a girl who doesn't have a kid. How does that happen? Very, very simple. You are just an awesome person. Because think about it like this: all things being equal, but now you don't have a kid. But it so happens that you actually are a great, amazing person. Why would I choose a person who's not great and amazing simply by the fact that they don't have a child? That becomes moot. I'm not going to date a douchebag just because they don't have a child. That just becomes that's a strange decision to make. So I will date an awesome, amazing woman who does have a child because she's an awesome, amazing person. The child thing is very easy to navigate because if we really are honest, it's a question about finances, A. It's also a question about a few other things like rules and how to
Boundaries.
boundaries and all of that. Now, what guys don't like, now guys who are just proper, here's the lie they don't like, and women like to say this, and I understand why women say this, and I will explain why women say this. Here's the lie guys don't like. They don't like it when you say the child is mine and it's going to be my responsibility and you never have to pay anything, because that's a lie. All right. When you're dating someone who does have a child, when you're a guy especially, and you are a good guy to that woman, you are going to indirectly subsidize the child. Okay, here's what I mean by that. Say girl earns 10, just make math easy. The girl earns 10,000 rands. The father of the baby calls and says, I need 2 grand from you this month for whatever. The girl will take 2 grand from her income and hand it over to have something done for the child. And then she'll be like, "Ah, I'm short of 2 grand." If you are a good guy and you're dating that girl, yes, the 2 grand is not for the baby, it's for her. So you're going to give it to her. But indirectly, you've subsidized something for the child. So for you to say, you're not going to have to take care of anything, it's not going to be your responsibility, don't say that. It becomes a complete turnoff. Because any decent guy knows that he's going to provide for his girl. By virtue of providing for you, I'm going to indirectly subsidize your child. So don't say things like that. I might not give directly money to your child, but guess what? It eventually does get there. At some point, some need arises where there really is no one to turn to. And it so happens your guy does have the money. And you say to him, dude, I need 1 grand. And he asks, oh, what for? And you're like, "Ah, kid XYZ." And then he gives you the grand because, he loves you. He's your guy. So one of the worst things you could say is to say the whole thing of like, no, you don't have to contribute financially, whatever. Don't bring up conversations like that because guys know that's just BS. The trick is to be an awesome, awesome, awesome woman. If you're supportive, you're nurturing, you're kind, you are beautiful, so you go to the gym, you work out, you eat well, you're a person that is cooperative, you also have a little bit of intelligence on you. You having a kid will not matter because it's a simple conversation to get through. To say like, okay, dude, you have a kid. What is the setup between you and the kid's dad? Okay, here's the setup. Is this a setup I'm comfortable with? Okay, no, it's cool.
Mm.
Okay, what's the financial circumstances like? Okay, this is what it is. Okay, cool, cool. And then it becomes like, oh, okay, whatever. It almost just doesn't matter, actually.
Yeah.
But here's why it then does matter for certain girls. It's because they're not awesome people. So it becomes easy to just write them off because of that. That's it.
I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I think for me, obviously, I'm asking this question because this is my experience.
Yeah.
You don't have kids. I have a child.
Yeah, yeah.
And this child has, I have responsibility towards in certain areas. And one of the key things when I ended that relationship with the father of the child and sensitize myself to this fact that I'm going to have to go back to the dating market and actually date people, I was very apprehensive with the thought of like, dating somebody with no child as somebody who has a child because of the obvious sort of stereotypical sort of baby mama drama or baby father drama or the mother and the father always have some sort of communication or relation even after. So this person that comes in already comes in with like a lot of suspicion of what's going on between that relationship or like some sort of drama just always happening. And when I got into our relationship and I stopped discounting myself because I had already put a discount on myself psychologically to say that I need to now date in my own sort of sphere of
In my lane.
relation in my lane because I
Yeah.
have a child, so I need somebody who can understand that sort of
Dynamics,
relationships that are there with kids father, kids mother from the other side and all of that. And I had an apprehension with me dating somebody who doesn't because I thought she wouldn't understand. And then I had to now remove that sense of just like, okay, actually, this does not really matter that much. What is my relationship with the dad of the child? And do I have the right boundaries set for my person to not feel as if like there is no sense of security there for him in this relationship dynamics that we have, and how can I make him more comfortable, and how can I be somebody who's forthcoming with information in all aspects that need to be understood by this person coming into my life, and knowing as well that whatever happens, everything needs to be transparent in terms of honesty, and also just not letting it be a problem. I think most people have dramas of new people coming into their lives and not embracing the whole you have a child with somebody else thing comes from the fact that they already, as the mother of the child with that father, already have baggage together that is unsolved. So that baggage comes into this relationship and commingles with whatever they're trying to do because of uncut strings and attachments and sort of things that are going on there. So for me, that wasn't the case. I didn't come with drama. They didn't come with drama. There was no sort of unsolved links. We were both civil to each other. So that sort of knowing where things stand was translated to me being clear about everything with you, and there being no suspicion and there being no sense of, oh, now suddenly something is needed randomly somehow because you didn't actually explain what the dynamics of the relationship between you guys are. So I think that's where the most common challenges start, when things are left unsaid and maybe some romantic ideas are still lingering in those sort of relationship, and they come into this relationship. And obviously, even if without the sense of things being communicated, there's always some sort of energies that bring in that frustration or that sense of something is amiss here in just the dynamics of what's going on. So you get people coming in and not being clear actually of what's going on. So it just creates that animosity and that confusion and that sense of I just need to do my thing, hit it a bit, and then disappear.
From a guy's perspective, like yeah, what you're saying is definitely the case. But there are a few other things as well. The thing with men is men can navigate a lot of situations, provided that they've got the right information and the person that they're navigating the situation for is worth navigating for. Hence, I go back to the thing of if you're not an awesome person, then forget it. It will always be a hindrance to you in the dating market. But if you're an awesome person, things get navigated. You know, guys will navigate scenarios and situations if the chick really is worth navigating scenarios and situations for. If she's not, guys will be like, okay, you know, I'll do what I do and then I'll be out. But if that's not the case, then guys will stay. Thing is, for me personally, social situations are very simple to navigate. I'm very fortunate that I happen to study humans at an academic level, and I've got the right experiences to navigate people. But on top of that, I happen to also have the ability to just read a situation and know, is this good, is this bad? So with you and I, it was a simple case of like, what's the information? Let's spill the tea. Okay, that's the situation. Ah, okay, that's easy to navigate. You seem like someone who's worth navigating for. All right, cool. That's it. It won't become a problem because we know how to navigate the situation. Like I've got the right information to navigate it. Had the information being incorrect, and then I discover later on that a lot of the information that I've been given is shaky, that would have been grounds for separation because it would not have been worth the headache to deal with bad information. It's just like no, that's out. So those are some of the challenges that will occur for a single mom. Is that A, she's not an awesome person. B, she's not forthcoming with the right information that the guy needs to know to navigate the thing. C, she then says things like, oh, don't worry about finances. It's going to be my problem. Complete lie. If I'm in a relationship with you and a guy, I'm a provider for you. It will be my problem at some point, whether from a distance or very close by, it will be my problem. So those three things make it hard. Now, there is a fourth thing, which is guys care about looks. So it can happen that you're a single mom and after the pregnancy, you didn't bounce back physically. Yeah, that does add problems. The reality is that men, and this is going to sound very, very cruel and very, very politically incorrect, but men don't want to deal with a woman's physical damage that was not caused by them. So if you do not bounce back physically and really go to the gym and eat healthy and get in shape, that's going to add even more.
And this is a conversation that we so much shy around in terms of addressing with particularly women and with all the body positive movements. It's not okay to be a certain weight and think people are going to be attracted to you at that weight. At some point, you're going to have to accept that people have standards and people have likings and have things that they're attracted to in terms of how you look. And even with you yourself, at a certain weight, there's certain discomforts that you feel within yourself. But we are so into the thing of, oh, love me for me or love me at any weight. Think my body is the way that it is. Why must I change? So much that we actually have taken it to the extreme of actually not taking care of ourselves and making up excuse, freely beautiful sounding concept to actually say, I'm unhealthy, I'm overweight, I'm obese, and I'm struggling with my weight, but I don't want to leave the habits that are making me this obese. And I also added to that, I'm expecting the person that I find attractive to be attractive to me as I am. So it's the demand and the lack of accountability and the lack of taking action to actually be something attractive to the person that you are attracted to. And all of that is just feeding into me. Why are they not me? Like, where's my person? Like, they must come.
Your person already come. But anyway, it's exactly that, but extended obviously to the single mother context is literally just not bouncing back physically and working hard. Now I understand it's very hard. Like a postpartum body is very difficult to deal with. Very difficult. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to deal with. It is extremely hard. But you have to make an effort because guys happen to be visual people. If they don't find something visually appealing, you're going to have problems eventually. So one of the things that you do have to do, like if I had to give a single mother the play-by-play, the first one is be an awesome person. Give clear information about the relationship between you and the child's father. Don't BS and say like you don't have to do anything financially. That's not how relationships work between men and women. Lastly, make sure you work very hard on your looks. You might never be on par with the version of yourself that you were prior to pregnancy, but I've actually seen women who have had children that are in better shape than plenty of women who have not had children.
Well, in better shape than what they were before.
Than what they were,
so
yeah.
I can say that for
yeah.
myself.
So that can be the case. So if you just work on those four things, especially being an awesome person, it'll work out.
What does that mean? One might hear that and go, what?
Yeah. So
sort of.
So what is being awesome to from a guy's perspective? You're nurturing, you're kind, you're cooperative. Those are the three top things to be. If you're neither nurturing, kind, or cooperative, no guy will then tolerate any other potential baggage issues from you. There's no ways I'm going to sit down with a girl and I realize this girl's not kind, nurturing, cooperative. And then she tells me she also has a child. And then she doesn't give me the right information about the relationship between her and her baby daddy. I'm out. Like, I'm not going to stay for that. That's just complete BS. Whenever you know you've got baggage that is problematic, the best thing to do is before getting to that baggage, make sure that things that are discovered first are that you are incredible. And then the baggage is revealed, and it's like, this person has some baggage here. But damn, they're awesome. Like, hey, they've got baggage, but yo, this is a really awesome person. And anyone who meets you is like, man, this is a really awesome person. And you tell them, here's the baggage. And even the people that you speak to are like, yeah, I see the baggage, but this is a really awesome person, dude. Is that baggage that's so heavy that you're gonna let an awesome person go? And it's like, nah, because fine, let's say I meet a girl who doesn't have a child. Oh, the pain I'm gonna go through because that person's not awesome. And so that becomes really the play. So that's all that single mothers have to do. The problem is this: they act like every other chick, which you can't do.